Yeah. There we go. We're live. Yay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. It's Taco Tuesday time. It's election time in the U.S. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to be exciting. Say hello to David from Tarot by the Bay.
Hi, everyone.
We've got Gary from Twin Tarot. And our special guest tonight is Colleen from the Cool Crone. Hey,
thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, the boys said the more the merrier. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, thank you to those of you who have joined us. Just going to say very, very quick hello to Mangal, Becky Stone, Mimi Nee, Angel Rivera, Charmaine Cano, Gemstone Rhapsody, Kristen F., Dawn Turner, and I'm sure that, Jamie Sheridan, the notices just went out, so I'm sure folks are going to start coming in. So, what's the word of the day for the folks? What are we going to tell them?
Patience.
Patience.
Serenity, calm.
Yes.
Just, it's, my readings have said we're going to find out quickly. That being said, my readings aren't always correct. And, don't ignore anything you're hearing early on in this, because the numbers are going to change as votes come in. And really, there's only about 7 states that matter. And until, and like one of the biggest and most important ones is Pennsylvania, because trying for Trump to find a path to 270, he has to win Pennsylvania. And so, you can say, oh, crap, we thought Florida would go for Kamala. We thought Texas would go for Kamala. That's already been baked in for going for Trump. So if Florida went for Kamala, we pretty much could go to sleep tonight knowing that it's in the bag. That being said, it looks like Florida and Texas will probably go to Trump, which was expected. So really, in the end of the day, you need to be paying attention to like Georgia and Pennsylvania, North Carolina, states like that. Those are going to be the critical ones.
Yes.
And if Kamala wins Pennsylvania, Trump pretty much has to get all the other swing states in order to beat her. It's something like that.
Okay.
And Kristen says Republicans always do well at first. Democrats will come in riding the blue wave. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, this is, we've seen this before. We know how this works. Where am I getting an echo? I'm hearing myself.
You're fine on this side.
The rural counties have smaller populations. They tend to lean towards red anyways. So those are always the first ones to land on the day of voting. So you just have to wait for the bigger counties to submit their vote counts. And then you've got all the early ballots that are in there. Now, like Georgia, I don't know what feed I was watching, but Georgia is able to count their early ballots. So they already kind of know where they're at. They just need to count the day of ballots. Michigan, on the other hand, they don't let them count the early ballots until after the polls have closed. Then they can start tallying not only the count at the polls, but then the early ballots. So Michigan, you're probably not going to hear from for a while. Georgia, you might hear sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Well, they filled in that map, so they have more on the map now. Before they just had kind of from Texas over to the east and then up towards what the hell state is that? I don't know, some state over here, Illinois. And now they've got Illinois and going over. They got Iowa and they got all the states going across the middle, Nebraska and whatever the hell that thing is. And I don't know the states very well, but those ones, Illinois and the 3 going over to the left, those are all blue. So this is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Florida. We were kind of when we were throwing cards on it. It was looking like it could turn blue, but it looks like Florida is. They already called it for Trump. So
they did, but have all the things come in because we still have military vote and we have mail-in ballots that will not be in yet. So many people predicted that Florida would go blue or at least purple.
I did. That was the feeling that I got was that yes, Florida and Texas were going to go blue, and that was going to be the shocker for everyone.
Right.
Who knows?
I say it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Exactly.
I don't think it's over yet. I think
exactly.
Like you said, so early. And also, let's have some faith in ourselves. And I'm talking to the people in the chat too. We have so many people who have been so sincere at going out and helping other people vote and knocking on doors and doing phone banking and texting. And there's so many people. The groundswell of support for Kamala alone just shows you how much the country is in her corner.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
That counts for something.
Yeah. So I pulled from the angelic messenger and I got purpose. Right? Remember your purpose. And our purpose here is to remain calm. We knew this was going to happen. And I did the same thing when I first looked at it and I went, and then I thought, no, take a deep breath, take a minute.
Yeah.
And just realize that this is early. The bride hasn't said I do yet. So, we still have some time. I think we might have a really good indication of how this is going to end by later on tonight. But I'm feeling maybe Friday. By Friday, we should definitely have a much better sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way the new moon was set up, there's a lot of really tense energies just going like this. And if you'll notice in the last couple of days, some really astounding news has come out about people involved with Russia, people with the Middle East, with Iran, with China. I mean, there's just this astounding news coming out, and it's as if nothing. It's just like puff. Because the election, everybody's just so focused on the election that nobody cares about anything else. And I also think there's a little bit of manipulation of the media going on. I think certain people are putting their own message out there just to kind of confuse things.
Absolutely. That's the whole idea is apparently there was I can't remember exactly where it was, and I don't want to guess in case I'm wrong, but there was several bomb threats that were called in to polling stations.
Georgia.
And were predominantly Democratic areas.
Fulton County, Georgia, they traced them to Russia.
Yeah, go for it. What a surprise.
And they were saying they were like in heavily black voting districts where it's like 90% black population voting. Yeah. So
Yes, comrade, there's bomb in your voting booths. You need to leave. My name is Hector. I live down the street.
Yeah.
My kids go to school with yours. Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally. So, we knew that there was going to be shenanigans. We knew that there was going to be all that. So it's just a case of keep the vibe high. Don't give into the panic, and so on. So, let's do a quick, just kind of general throw some cards on what's the general feeling of how folks are feeling after they voted?
After they voted. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was an overwhelming amount of people that that were polled, like asking them after they voted what they were concerned about and so on. And initially, it was the economy that was coming out as number one. And then it was about an hour and a half later that no, it was democracy was number one, and
women's rights, women's reproductive rights, number two.
Yeah, well, no, abortion was actually number three, but they said that democratic rights were really very, very tied to abortion rights. You kind of can't have one the other. Yeah, can't have one without the other. So,
Oh my God, they're lying. Women's rights are really the thing. The cards that I pulled were oracle cards, and look at this one. I got honor the journey.
oh,
Little on the nose, isn't it?
yeah.
And then I got reclaim your body from the
Perfect.
same deck. And the next one I got inner child. So people are really worried about their bodily autonomy for all women, not just, whether they're men or women. They're just worried about all the women in their lives and all the women in their community, and also the fate of their children and the future of their children.
Yes.
That's why they're really taking that 30,000 foot perspective and saying it's democracy, stupid. That's what's really important.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What's your sense there, David?
Pretty much what I got. 8 of Swords, woman tied up, being held hostage. We're not going back. We're going forward. We're going to light the path forward, and we're going to end this nightmare. And we will do it using the legal system, Congress, things along those lines. So yeah, women's rights are driving this.
I love it.
It's funny. Yeah, I get the 8 of Swords as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. It's about women are coming out and they're making choices about not what they. Well, let me rephrase that. 4 of Cups. They're women in particular are looking at what's on offer for them and what it is that they're giving up. And they're saying, no, not going to do that anymore. I'm stepping out of this being held hostage energy. You're not going to steal what is mine. And at the bottom of the deck, I've got, who is this? The 7 of Wands. And then the 10, is that the 10 or the 8? I should have my glasses on. The 10 of Cups. It all works out. It all works out. I think the women are going to do it. What'd you get, Gary?
Very similar. I've got the foundation is the Empress. So it's all about fertility.
Mm-hmm.
The main clarifier was the world. This is our world. The other 2 clarifiers, you got the Judgment card. Stand up and let your opinions be known. The other is the 9 of Cups, hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. And underneath it is the 7 of Pentacles, looking at the things of value, basically we can harvest now or we can harvest later. I just get the feeling that reproductive rights was something that was very important to people, and I guess that stands to reason because it is important, but it's important to both sides. Yes. Both sides want to control the reproductive rights argument, or policy or whatever you want to call it. So. I don't know if that's telling me anything other than, that was really important.
Well, and I think people don't, if say you're in a household where one side wants one way and one side wants the other, I think for tonight, nobody wants a fight. Nobody wants to fight about it. So they're kind of putting the focus more on just democracy. This is my rights. You're talking about my rights, because that should be something everybody can agree on without having a fight. Because this is so, our country is so divided. It's got to be, some of these families have just got to feel like, oh, can you just lay down the goddamn sword? Can we just have a meal without talking about this? It's got to be so rough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think over the last couple days, it's like Trump was purposely trying to lose the election. Some of the things that he and Vance said, some of the things that he did. I saw your video, David, about him, Trump performing almost a sexual act with a microphone.
Oh God. I watched it. Yeah.
Like, you want to go take a shower and use some scope or whatever. Just like, that was disgusting.
And that's why I can't wrap my mind around this being a close election, because literally from August on, Trump has done literally nothing right. And in the last several weeks, he's done everything wrong he could possibly do wrong. Just totally self-destructing. There's just no way. There is no way he can win this. Refuse to believe it.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, man. If he does win it, that speaks volumes about this nation.
Yeah, sure does. It's the nation we deserve if he wins.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I have high hopes. We didn't put in all this work, and we didn't get all the messages that we've gotten up until now to at the last minute have it kind of taken away. Besides, what's that fellow's name that has predicted the elections so far? And he said
Alan Lichtenstein.
Something.
I'll find it. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, but he said quite a while ago that no, Kamala gets it. So yeah. And hello to those of you that are slowly coming in. Hi, Artist Liz. Hi, Joe. Leslie Hillary, Anita King, Laura Hammond Davis. Hello, Michelle from Astrological Tarot. Jules Niner. Yeah. Interplanet Janet. Yeah, the Connie B, Rose Blue. Yeah, you guys just Lichtman. Yeah, Alan Lichtman. Yeah. And so you know what? There are more seasoned psychics who have predicted this win. So yeah, absolutely.
But what they're really good at is stirring the pot in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Stirring the pot to make us all afraid and upset. And because our emotions are so high, it's working. It's getting us upset. And so you have to please remember what we've been saying for 3 years, really, because I think Trump declared about a year into Biden's presidency. And for 3 years, we've been like, yeah, that's not happening. So trust. And we're not the only ones.
Perfect. And Seeker of Light and Peace said that Harris won Rhode Island. And Leslie Hillary would like to know if we're going to get Libby in the house. I don't know. We might. I hope so. I'd love to see her come in and get her perspective on this. All right. She could be taking a day off.
That's what she said in her reading yesterday. She was going to take today off.
All right. Okay. Well, then we'll just have to wait. Okay. Oh, and Michelle Astrological Tarot says she got the Seven of Swords for the energy of the election a while back. Joe Biden is going to have to use his presidential powers to fix this mess.
Possibly, because it's going to drag out. Don't you feel, Michelle? It's going to drag out. There's a lot of, Trump is really good at throwing all those lawsuits. He started the lawsuits before the election.
Earlier today. He said,
no, like a week or so ago. I mean,
yes.
he started a long time ago, and this is he's going to pull out all the levers. He's going to try for the SCOTUS. He's going to try for lawsuits. He's going to try for not certifying the elections. He's going to go to all the states again. He's going to use Russia. He's going to use every single thing that he can. And in a lot of ways, it's going to work. He's going to gum up the works so that nobody knows which end is up. It's going to take a little while. I think by December 10th, it will be put to bed. But I think I know that Kamala has had presidents well before that. I just think he'll keep doing his nonsense, saying, "Oh, it's stolen," till December 10th.
Yeah. So we know that that's what he's going to do. He's told us that's what he's going to do. He's made that very clear. So
did you see J.O.'s comment at 9:23? Or it's 9:23 for me. It's probably 7:23
over here.
Yeah.
Well, I personally think Biden's newfound presidential immunity would be a terrible thing to waste.
Yes. Absolutely.
Excellent comment.
Yeah.
I agree.
He should take advantage of it. You know why? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
He has an opportunity to end the malarkey.
Yes, he does.
The thing is, he was willing to sacrifice his political future for the benefit of the Democratic Party and for the country. If you don't think for one second that he's not going to use presidential immunity to defend the Constitution and the country if there's shenanigans going on, you got another thing coming.
I don't know. I might take out the word Democratic Party in that one, because while it would benefit the Democratic Party, he's not doing it to help the Democratic Party. He's doing it to help the country. And as a consequence of that, the Democratic Party will benefit from that, because who's cheating? Right? Who's cheating?
Yes.
Well, he also wanted to give the Democratic Party the best opportunity to win. The press was all over him for being too old and doddering and toddling off and ignoring all of Trump's very obvious, age-related illnesses and shortcomings. And he just got to the point where it's just like, you know what, for like you said, Dave, for the benefit of the country, but also for the benefit of the party, I need to step aside. And he was willing to put away his personal ambitions to put the Democratic Party in a better place to take on Donald Trump.
Okay, see, now we were talking about him using presidential powers, and now you're going back to him stepping aside.
No. I'm just saying that's my setup. If he was willing to do that, to make sure that Trump didn't get in and become a dictator, if you can't think for one second that I've got presidential immunity, and if Trump's and the Republicans going to try shenanigans, damn well he's going to leverage the presidential immunity if they're doing shenanigans.
Right. I would just say take out the part about benefiting the Democrats, because it makes it sound like he's a partisan hack who's putting party over country. That's my only objection to your statement.
Okay, well.
Yeah, because otherwise you're conjoining him stepping aside, which was the benefit to the Democratic Party in the country, and equating it to him using presidential powers to stop shenanigans or riots or voter intimidation to help the Democratic Party. No, he's doing that to help the United States, and it's going to be the Democrats who benefit from it because they're not the ones pulling these shenanigans.
Yes. But even if they are the ones pulling the shenanigans.
Stop. No, you just stop right there. You just say, yes, David, that's a great point. I'm going to go grab a beer, and I'll be right back.
That's a great point, Dave. I'm going to go grab a beer.
Do you have one in the refrigerator behind you in Jack's room there?
I don't think so.
Oh. We're planning. So I did a show yesterday with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, and Helen, Irish Granny. And we talked about Bob Woodward's book, War. And one of the things that was really covered in there, and that a lot of people fail to recognize, is that while Trump is, sitting back, relaxing, playing golf on a daily basis, Biden is traveling around the world to put out fires, and he comes back and he's a little tired. Really, can we cut him a little slack on the fact that, yes, he is older? Do I move as fast at my age as I did when I was 40? No. So, yeah, they made his age kind of the main focus, and he was getting to the point that things are starting to get to him. The attacks on Hunter were really emotionally draining on him. So, I think he'll be remembered in history as being a great patriot.
He will.
Because, what he did was he put his own ambitions aside and did what was best for the country. And he'll be remembered for that.
Yeah.
Not only that, he will be remembered as a great president. He is going down in history as one of the great ones. He's going to be right up there with, like, who is that guy we always compare things to that did the new
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt. Sorry.
He's gonna get all of that stuff. And this is great. So I pulled a few cards for Biden, and I got the Six of Wands. So victorious. So he's going to do something to make sure that I think what he's going to have to clarify is the fact that she will win the Electoral College and she will win the popular vote. And he just wants to lay to rest any kind of nonsense or malarkey about anything otherwise, which the other side is going to go to great lengths to put out there. And so the other side is really going to be judged. They're really going to look at that big old torpedo.
Yes.
All right. And doesn't this little guy
in that picture?
Doesn't he look like a little burnt Mike Pence?
Yes.
Or a little bit of Trump when he looked better. And there'll be a skirmish. The Five of Swords. There's going to be a skirmish about it. There's going to be people arguing and all that stuff. But when all is said and done, our Madam President, if I can say that, is going to be like the high priestess. She's going to keep mum. She's going to know all the secrets. She's going to start getting all those other briefings that she probably couldn't get before she was actually elected. She's going to keep quiet, but she's going to be telling Joe, yes, I approve your message. That's what she's going to do. But I think Joe is not only going to go down in history as one of our finest presidents and most effective presidents and most unselfish presidents, but all these things, he's going to take some action that makes him even more the hero. So, I mean, Trump is just setting up Joe Biden to look better and better and better. Everything he does, he just keeps stepping in it, and he looks better and better. Yep. Thanks, David. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Watching the SNL sketch this weekend was quite the treat.
Yes, wasn't it? I reveled every time she said Joe Biden. I loved it. And every time they said Kamala, Mamala, all those things, all those.
Take my Pamela. We'll sit back and watch a wrong Kamala in our pajamas.
Yes. It was so great. It was so cute. Oh, whoops. What happened here? Yeah. Oh, what happened? Okay. Did the screen go black for you guys for a second?
Not for me.
No,
just
see
special
it.
for Pequannock, New Jersey. Okay.
Maybe. Maybe.
It was the Russians. It was the Russians.
I would say. Kamala has a different, she certainly believes in following through with Biden's thoughts and what he has said about Israel and support for Israel. But where Biden kind of hesitates in pushing just that little extra bit, I think she's going to do that. I think that she just might very well have another conversation with Bibi Netanyahu, and she's had several with him as vice president, and since she became running for the presidency, where she has indicated to him that, you know what, I don't know, maybe that aid gets, the check gets lost in the mail or delayed or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a few more states blue have turned in.
Yes.
And in order to quit embarrassing myself, I actually pulled up another map of the United States with the names of the states on it, so I don't look like quite the idiot that I am. And I believe it's Colorado and New Mexico. So we have Colorado, New Mexico. Whoops, where did that map go? Come on, map. Colorado, New Mexico, Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois look like they're all blue. I could be wrong. Oh, and what's that other one next to Illinois? That is Iowa. Wait, Iowa?
Iowa? That would be excellent.
Yes, Iowa. It's light blue, but it's blue. It's not red.
Whoa.
But I'd be surprised if Kansas turned blue. Is Kansas a blue state? Is it not a red state?
I think it's a red state. I mentioned something about that and got a little pushback, but yeah, I mean, again, it's early, so
Yeah.
Bad with my states. Yeah, Colorado and Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois.
And I think Missouri is also another state that typically goes red. So, it could be one of those things where, you didn't get Florida and Texas, but if you get Iowa and you get like Missouri and Kansas, which you would normally have put, not that there were a ton of votes, but you would put those in Trump's category, and they're not there. Interplanet Janet's asking about what map? Pennsylvania called for Harris.
Who called Pennsylvania? Last time I looked, they only had 22% of the vote counted.
My map's not big enough for me to tell. I think that's Pennsylvania. Yep, it's blue. It's Harris.
Wow.
And they called Kansas.
Yeah.
You know what? If she's got Pennsylvania and they just pull Kansas, you can go to sleep tonight. You're fine. We've done it.
Well, by the map now I'm looking at AP, and Illinois and some of the other like New York and above there, they're true blue. All the other ones that are blue are the light blue. So I don't know what that really indicates.
Well, it just means it's close. The true blue, it's going to be like California. There's no chance that Trump is going to pull California.
Yeah.
Just not going to happen.
Right.
But it's one of those things, again, if they call Pennsylvania for Kamala Harris, then Trump basically had to win all the swing states to get there. And if they call Kansas, if Laura Hammond Davis is correct, and they call Kansas for Kamala, I don't think that was supposed to be in the Democrats' bin. That means Trump has to win a blue state.
Well, let's look. They're making announcements now about the map and everything and what's updating, but let me go to,
Interplanet Janet said they haven't if they're light blue, they haven't been called yet.
Right, they're leading. It means Harris is leading. If they're light red, then Trump is leading. But how many electoral votes does
Perfect.
right now?
I had a really weird dream on, I think it was either Saturday or Sunday. Not sure now. And I remembered it because usually I don't remember my dreams. And in this one, Melania Trump was talking to Donald as if he was a child. She was being very, very solicitous with him and kind of like, okay, honey, let's go this way. You come with me. And he signed him into an institution.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if maybe that could be part of her plan. Maybe that's something that she's been thinking of. Is she signs him into an institution and says, this guy's Looney Tunes. I need to take over. I need to be appointed his, guardian ad litem or whatever, because he's gone off the rails.
Maybe. I know that Putin, although he says publicly that he wants him to win the election, is not really impressed with him these days, is not really yearning, to talk to him, even though, Trump is saying that he talks to him all the time. Putin would rather talk to Elon Musk because Elon Musk has real money. And
exactly.
The other thing too about Trump is that I think a lot of those countries where he thinks he could go and, take a vacay, if you know what I mean, I think a lot of them would just as soon turn him over to the guys with the bone saws. I don't think that he's really like Saudi Arabia. Doesn't he owe them $2 billion via his son-in-law?
No, but that's an investment. Saudi Arabia, basically, they invested $2 billion into a hedge fund that's managed by Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
So it's still the Saudis' money, but Jared Kushner gets paid. He gets paid a salary of like $25 million to manage it, plus like 1% of the something else. He makes about $50 million on this venture. So it's just an ongoing bribe. But where my pearls, Hunter Biden allegedly got a one-time payment of $5 million from China and 10 times more for Jared, but that's on a yearly basis, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just think that Trump's fooling himself that he has all these friends all over the world. Like Kim Jong-un, do you really think he's his friend? I mean, granted, he is Putin's friend, and he's given him all sorts of troops to go and fight in the Ukraine or at the border of Russia or whatever, but I don't think they're friendly.
No, there's at this point, Trump has gone so far off the rails that he really is of no benefit to anyone.
Yeah, he's not even a useful idiot.
He doesn't really have a whole lot to offer.
No, because
these people aren't taking his calls. No. And if they do talk to him, it's, oh, hey, Donald, oh yeah, of course you're gonna win. Yeah, sure. They can see the writing on the wall.
And Putin already has everything he needs. He's bragged about the fact that he already has all the secrets. Now, what if Melania really is, and I love this rabbit hole. What if Melania really is just his handler? Right. So she's just the handler. Then your dream makes total sense, because they're going to do something with him to kind of shuffle him off the stage. And then who steps in? The bright and shiny boy, Mr. Vance, with his eyeliner.
Yes, absolutely. And that has kind of been, I think, part of the plan. And I've said this a couple of times before, that they know that Trump as a person, is a lost cause at this point. Mm-hmm. If by some stretch of the imagination he does manage to get in, they will. What is that? Article 25 or 45 or whatever it is.
25th Amendment.
25th Amendment, yes. They will get him out of there so fast because, come on, you guys, you've seen it. He's, batshit crazy. J.D. Vance takes over because Trump is uncontrollable, even to the people that he says, oh, no, we'll do things your way. If you're not the last person talking to him, he changes his mind and whatnot. So he is very uncontrollable, where J.D. Vance has made it very clear, just tell me what you need. I can get her done. So, Vance would be the one that they would really want there, not because he's a great person, not for no other reason other than he will easily cooperate. He is ambitious. He will do what he's told, and he's not going to give anyone an argument.
I'm going to excuse myself for just a second.
Okay? Yeah. Yes, Ron DeForest. Why bother with the 25th Amendment when a random window will do the job? Yeah, yes. And Vance, Leslie, Vance is so much more
Magnitudes.
dangerous
Magnitude's
than
worse because Vance
yes.
only cares about power, and
Yes.
he's competent and intelligent, whereas
Yeah.
Trump's a blundering buffoon. Vance
Yes.
would he would be just as motivated as Trump with money and power, but he's more focused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Shall we throw a couple cards? Let's ask. Is Melania, entertainment purposes only, is Melania Trump's handler? Yeah.
Well, she's definitely the boss of him.
Oh, yes, she is.
Yes, she is. 9. I don't get that she is. I get that for me, Signifier was the Queen of Swords with the devil center underneath it, 2 wands, and the Hermit card. It's like she's like, she's telling him what to do in their relationship, with what's going to happen next, what the path forward is. But underneath is also the King of Swords, which I don't necessarily put with Putin. I would have other cards like the Emperor or something like that for Putin. It's just like she wears the pants in the family as far as that goes, and it's like she's got him over a barrel and he's scared of her. Mm-hmm. She'll negotiate. Yes, okay, I will be your wife through this election, but yeah, I'm gonna go do my own things. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible, but I don't give it a real high probability.
Yeah. What'd you get, Colleen?
Oh, she's definitely the handler. This is her lifelong thing. She doesn't speak 17 different languages, but she speaks Russian very, very well. I think that's totally it. I mean, I just think it is. She came to Trump, and he has admitted that he met her through Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I just think it's like kind of obvious, but she is, out to get, her beautiful things and everything. But in the middle of this, I get a Queen of Swords, and I don't think that's Melania at all. I don't know what this is about. This must be her Russian handler or something. And I get that, she's very crafty. She's the high priestess. She knows all the tricks of how to control him and how to make stuff. But I also get the moon. So this is a very much buried secret that, we're never going to really know the truth about, probably, because, they'd have to kill her then, and yeah. Putin doesn't want to do that. Oh, she's such a lovely thing. Why would we off her, So anyway, I definitely think she is. And I think she's, because otherwise, she's renegotiated her post-nup 3 times, I think. And, you just can't explain, why would you stay with a guy like that when beauty and fashion means so much to you? And he is clearly so unfashionable, unhygienic, unfunny, unsexy, unhealthy, uncaring, all those things. Why would you? I mean, she is a Taurus. She's very, very materialistic, but I don't see her putting up with all that swampiness of him, if there wasn't something really in it for her. I think, she was probably trained up as a child to do this.
Yeah, her father was involved with a section of the KGB.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was part of that. Her mother she was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a factory, but I think they said he would. She was a seamstress in a when Melania describes her position, it's a much elevated position other than just a seamstress. Not that there's anything wrong with being just a seamstress.
Oh, some of my best friends are seamstresses. No.
Yeah, exactly. So now, um, and who was it? Yeah, Isadora Smith said, yeah, the Slavic languages are very similar.
Yes,
they are. Her the idea that she speaks all these foreign languages would be the same as me saying I speak several languages. I speak English. I speak Canadian. I do speak some Spanish and a little bit of French. Oh, I also speak Croatian, and I also speak Serbo-Croatian. Okay. Serbo-Croatian and Croatian are basically the same thing. It's like, the difference between saying potato.
Mm-hmm.
So, to say that and to conflate it and to make it into something that it's not, no, she doesn't. But you're right, Russian. Oh, yes. She's got Russian and Slovenian. She's got that under her belt.
Mm-hmm.
So, is she, what'd you get, Gary? I wanted to ask you.
Well, yeah. So my cards are more like, why is she here?
Yeah, good.
Trump's got the money. She's waiting for her ship to come in. She's got her secrets and divine feminine knowledge. She's just looking for a path forward because this relationship is dead.
Yeah.
So I think right now she's only. I don't know if she's his handler. I think she's just there for the money and she's waiting for her ship to come in.
Yeah.
So
her yacht.
That's kind of where I'm going.
Her Mediterranean yacht.
Yes.
With Russian oligarch.
Yes, yeah, maybe even several of them. I got the 8 of Pentacles and crossed with the World. I think that's part of her job. Part of her job, initially was to get in there, make them happy, 4 of Wands, get all the information that we need. And like you, David, I got the Hermit as well, that she's kind of pulling back and almost like waiting for instructions. But yeah, I don't think that she was this young girl who met a real estate mogul and fell passionately in love with him. No, I don't think that there was ever any of that. It was, it was a job. It was a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think someone wrote she also meets the description of a gold digger. That's true, but I think that that's partially part of her role, her facade, her assignment. Make him fall in love with you, make sure you have a child so you're bonded, make sure you control things this way, that way, the other thing, make sure you talk to us and tell us all the things. Because initially in all his meetings with Putin, maybe not the first few that he speaks about, but she was close by because she was translating, to Putin and all the rest of them, what was really not just the conversations, but what had happened at Mar-a-Lago, what had happened at Trump Tower, what was going on with this, what was going on with that. Because he did have a deal, or thought he had a deal, to build a Trump Tower in Moscow when he was running for 2016. That was signed. Those contracts were signed. And then I can't remember what it was, but something happened that blew it all up. And then Michael Cohen tried to go over and fix it, yada, yada. And that's what got him all in trouble. So, I mean, she's been really connected to all of the Russian goings on, because she's Russian. I'm sorry, she's Russian.
And very, very similar to his first wife, Ivana, who was also, Czechoslovakian. and probably involved as his handler as well. There was just a few things that happened in sort of in her past dealing with him that I think maybe she was a little involved in that as well.
Wow, I've never picked up on that. That's kind of interesting, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
So weird.
Anyway, all righty. Well, folks, just be positive. Keep thinking positive. It is too early to call. Yes, book. We send light and love to all the poll workers, all the people that are still out there. Although I don't know that too many of them would. I don't know. There's still. I think that the East Coast or the West Coast, I think, still has maybe an hour or so left of voting.
Yeah, nothing's in the West.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Rose Blue. Thank you very kindly. And J.O. would like us to, if we can, post some cards and see where Barron Trump will be living in the next 4 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was listening to come on, David. Susan Lynn not having a real positive opinion of what Barron Trump's future might be.
Yes.
Yeah. Being somewhat like his father, but even more so. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just asking not where he will be living.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant dead or alive.
Oh. No. Well, yeah. For over the next 4 years or at the end of 4 years, is Barron living in the U.S.? Possibly. This is where a lot of quote unquote business opportunities are going to be for him. Will his mother be with him? She may not be in a position to be with him. I think she's going to be facing some of her own legal issues. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get the Eight of Pentacles. She's doing what she needs to kind of take care of him and to set things up. And he's the U.S. is where he's going to find a lot of his opportunity. He is going to listen to his mother because she is very influential in his life. But I don't think that she has done him any favors in terms of teaching him how to be a great human being. No, she's taught him how to be like his father, but with maybe a little more finesse. But I do think that justice is coming for her. I think she knows things, and I think that Jack Smith and other people know what she knows. It's going to be interesting. Holy Hannah, it's going to be interesting. Okay, what'd you guys get? Am I out to lunch?
Go ahead, you guys.
Let me jump in. For me, I got the strength card. Where is it going to be in 4 years' time? I think Mom will still be a big influence in his life, but it might be time to move on. She maybe set him up with his own place so he can see what living on his own is like. But this is a card of narcissism, and we know that his dad is narcissistic, his mother is narcissistic. This poor kid really doesn't stand a chance.
No,
both of his parental units are narcissistic, and he would have to have an incredible force of will or ego to overcome that. I think he might have an apartment, a penthouse apartment of his own in New York City, near mom's.
Yes.
If he needs to be, assuming that she's still in the country. But I don't think he's going overseas. I think he's probably staying here. It's possible he goes overseas with the Page of Wands, but it would be more like a summer place rather than year round.
Yeah. What'd you get, Colleen?
Oh, kind of similar. That he is just a baby Don. He's actually going to follow quite closely in his father's footsteps, and he's going to start in school trying to study business and finance, and very quickly will become, an investor and do some of the same things that his dad did. And mom is going to also benefit from this. So he's going to be very grateful to his mother for getting him started in business, because his father doesn't have a pot to piss in, so his father can't help him.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll stay in New York for the whole next 4 years. I don't think he'll finish school here in the U.S. I think he'll end up moving overseas. I don't know why, and I think maybe Melania will decide to go at the same time. They're kind of a bonded couple at this point, and I actually think that once he goes overseas, I think that it's good for him. I think that when he goes overseas, he gets called on his BS a lot more than his dad ever did. And I think that's really good for him. It's hard for him, and he's not going to love it. He's going to be in his early 20s when he does this, but I think it may be the saving grace, because maybe he won't turn into quite the messed up narcissist that his parents are. Maybe there's a little bit of pulling back there. But I think, he's raised by two narcissists. There isn't a lot of hope for him.
No, it's just a tough road.
My second husband was a really huge flaming narcissist and an alcoholic, because that's a great combination.
Of course, yeah.
And his kids were just a mess, especially the older ones, just, really bad. So I've seen it.
It does a number on you.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what'd you get, Gary?
So I was asking if Melania was going to be living in the U.S. in 4 years. Dave and I tried to stay away from Barron just because he's not in the political scene. But kind of what I got, the foundation is the Emperor. The main clarifier is the Knight of Cups. So I think Trump wants her to be here. And he's going to give her some sort of offering for her to stay here. She feels trapped. She wants her ship to come in. She's waiting for that ship to come in. But, she and Barron are still tied to Donald. So I don't know. I just think that they're still going to be here 4 years from now.
Okay.
And I hope that these cards are not an election predictor, because that would really make me depressed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And hold on, Debbie. Debbie from Shifting Veils said, what about the reports about him tapping and showing schoolmates him torturing and killing animals? I remember hearing about that. I don't remember really kind of digging into it, because I thought, well, still he's sometimes kind of, going into Barron's energy is like trying to get into Hunter Biden's energy, right? Which, but I couldn't find anything that got into that deeper. So I don't know if anyone else does. Yeah. So you guys got anything?
I'm still shuffling. I'm looking into where will Trump be in 4 years.
Yeah, I don't like reading on Barron, and I don't think that's for a good reason. He's under 18 or he's not political. I don't want to read on him, but really, I don't want to read on him. It's kind of like if I don't read on them, then I won't know, and I can just
Yes.
always have hope that things
Yes.
turn out, but I'm not optimistic.
Yeah.
And then when the stories came out that no, he's torturing animals or he's grabbing other students, it's just like, that's why I don't want to read on him, because, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he is still a kid. He's 18 now, but he's still a kid.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
going to be
Yes.
19 in March, so but he's still a kid.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Connie B, what's your source there? Tester wins too early to call, though. I'm not sure what that. Is Montana too early to call, or is Tester's win too early? To call?
Montana's pretty early. Well, it looks red though. They turned it red. But you know what? All the red-ish states, they're gonna do that. They're gonna call it way early, even if it's wrong.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah, she got it on MSNBC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't trust MSNBC at this point.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
it's definitely going to be interesting over the next little while.
I mean, there's really, it would be amazing if Montana went blue. that would be an amazing thing.
But it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for Tester to win again.
Correct. He's already been elected, I think, twice.
Yeah.
Or he won the election, then he got reelected.
Yeah.
This might be his second reelection. And stories coming about Sheehy lying about an injury that he suffered. And Montanans may be many things, but being lied to is probably like the worst thing you can do. The minute they lose trust, trust is a big thing. Your word is a big thing in that community. I don't even know why I say that. I've never been to Montana. I don't know any Montanas. We had a great quarterback named Montana, but that's about it. But the vibe I get from that state is, they're going to be conservative, but they're kind of that independent conservative. Take care of your business, take care of your neighbors. You lied, F you.
Yeah.
We at least know who John Tester is. He's a rancher up here, and we can trust him to honor his word.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Connie B.
Oh, we weren't calling you on it, Connie B.
It was just that I had like AP News up here, and there's no news on it. So I always like to ask people's sources and stuff like that. Just it's good. It's a good fail-safe.
Yep.
She says it's MSNBC was her source.
And Colleen has a good source that she was just telling us about. You signed up for from the Randy Rainbow video.
Ground News.
Ground News.
Check them out right now.
Yeah,
they are really good. They give you with every story. This is really funny. With every story, they show you if this story is mostly right, mostly left, or mostly in the center. They do it by percentages. It's really funny. But then, they're just trying to give you, very grounded, centered news. So let me log in here.
Yes, Rose Blue. He is a little bit of a whatever. Yeah, he said he was injured while in service, and the guys who were in service with him have come out and said, "Really, dude, when did that happen? Because I don't remember that happening." So, okay. Yeah.
Matt Gaetz wins re-election to U.S. House in Florida's 1st congressional district.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
So
New Yorkers vote to pass Proposition 1, enshrining abortion rights into the state constitution. Yes.
Perfect. Dolores Cameron.
Harris wins Colorado. Yay. That's really good because that's not what the map looks like. Oh, yes, it does. It has a big blue. Oh, it just turned it blue. Okay, good. All right. Mike Johnson wins re-election as future in GOP leadership is in question. There's no question. He's
No,
out.
there isn't.
And Hakeem Jeffries is going to be in. Why? Because I'm in love with Hakeem Jeffries and I really want to see him in. That's why he's going to go into speaker.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Angela Alsobrook wins election to U.S. Senate from Maryland. This is all good news. Wesley Bell wins race for Cori Bush's House seat. I think he's a Democrat, Wesley Bell.
Oh, Lauren Boebert has won her district. What a shock.
Most of my readings on her failed.
Well, no, she's probably going to get indicted in 10 minutes. And so she's probably not going to be able to keep her seat. So you're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh, boy. Oh, geez.
All righty. Well, you guys, we are at an hour and 5 minutes. I'm quite happy to go on further. If you guys want to go and continue watching and being able to pay attention to what's happening in the election, can absolutely do that. What do you want to do?
I'm going to drop because I don't even want to pay the attention to the election right now.
I'm right there with you.
I'm going to go to bed. And Gary gets up I have to get up at like 5:30 tomorrow morning for work, and Gary gets up even earlier than that.
Yeah, I'm up at 4:45.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I'm also going to tune out because I also have to get up. I only get up at 6. So, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're 3 hours ahead.
That's still too early.
I'm not farmer's hours here. I'm just regular hours. But hey, Gary, so nice to read with you and to talk with you and to be next to you. And we got to do this again.
Thank you, Colleen. It was great to see you too.
Very nice. It's very nice to see you guys.
So thank you, all of you out in the chat, for being here with us. Don't forget, just stay calm. It's not over. Things are going to go up and down. It's not over. Stay positive. Stay faithful. And we'll get through this together. Thank you, guys. Excellent show as always. So everybody go get some rest. And
Das Vidanya. Okay, let's go.
Yes, Das Vidanya. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.